So continuing in lesson 78 and part 16, we've been looking at the last 15 sessions, we've been looking at the idea of true or false. Is something true about the golf swing, or is it false, or is it in between the two? There's a fad at the moment, or there's a phrase going through teaching called turning left through the ball. So what it means is you swing to the top, create your power, but you initiate the downswing, and the downswing motion is dependent upon you turning your body left as quickly as you can. Body rotation through impact. Now, if you have a strong club face in the swing, let's suppose your grip was turned too far over and you went back and bowed at the top, I think you'll know who I was suggesting, the face is going to close down. So clearing the left side is a great mechanism for delaying the club face and neutralizing. So the idea of turning left through the golf shot is a compensation for another fault. You see, pros are afraid of the left-hand side of the course, hitting a pull or a strong draw. The amateur's the opposite. He fears the ball sliding to right in general. Now, if you're hooking the ball with a shut face and pulling it, then turning left, clearing the body is a fix against a fault. However, if you don't have great hand action, you get to the top and clear the hips, it's just going to, to my mind, accelerate the amount of fade spin you generate. About two and a half years ago, apparently Tiger Woods was having supper with Gary Player at the Players' Dinner on the eve of the US Masters. And this is before Tiger had returned to full fitness, and he was having dinner with Gary Player, and he turned and said, "Mr. Player," he said, "I'm confused about my golf swing. What can you tell me?" Well, Gary Player's got great experience. In his early 80s, he's seen all the great players for the last modern era and played with all of them. And he turned back to Tiger and said, "Tiger," he said, "I've never seen a great player who turns left through the golf ball." Now that's a pretty damning indictment on all the coaching that says turn left. Gary Player said he's never seen a great player who turns left through impact into the follow through. Well, Gary Player's been around a bit. I would tend to take what he says seriously. Dustin Johnson is a classic case. How many majors has Dustin won? He's become world number one, but I believe he'd have 4 or 5 more majors in his trophy cabinet had his face not been so shut at the top, and the clearance of the body and all that general activity and that complexity, I think, damaged his wedge play, particularly less than a full wedge. I think Dustin's squandered a few major tournaments because of that. So do we turn left through the golf swing? Well, if I go back and hit a fade, I can imagine my body turning left because the ball starts left and the straight face club cuts. However, if I'm hitting a draw shot and turn left, look what happens. So this is a draw spin shot and turning left. I've hit a low pull. If I'm going to hit a draw, the ball needs to start down the right hand side of the fairway. Now, if I'm going to get the ball to go down the right hand side of the fairway with draw, I don't want my hips going this way. I want them going in a linear manner and clearing much later. So here we go, aim at the white line, hitting the ball down the right with draw. There was a hint of fade on that, but I think you would see in slow motion, you saw that my legs work this way. Yeah, the hips do clear, but I don't get to the top and do that first, because you can see it's going to throw the club out. Now when you've got Dustin Johnson talent, you can make anything work. If I had the privilege of coaching him, I'd have just got him to neutralize his grip a little bit. He's there, that's pure, I'd want him halfway. I think it made a big difference to his wedge play technique, and also he wouldn't have to revert to the fade to keep the ball under control. If he had a more neutral grip, one that wasn't doubly strong, I think he could have hit control draw rather than having to revert to fade all the time. So there we go. True or false, do we turn left through impact? I'd say it's a falsehood. You would only do it if you're hitting a fade shot and fighting a fault.